Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Chris's Collectible Corner, and for those of you who are new, thank you for coming through to tune in for this review. And today we're taking a look at the HM Creation Beast Gohan hair sculpts. But before we get into the figure itself, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. It really helps and I appreciate the support. Alright, so taking a look at the packaging, if you guys are familiar with my previous reviews of the HM Creation Vegito headsets and the Air Studio Super Saiyan God Goku headsets, they're exactly the same. They're a little plastic container. Each one has a specific card with the number and a slight difference in the color variation of the card representing each version. Beast Gohan has only had about 3 minutes of screen time in the entire series in the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, so obviously there's only 2 versions. I don't know how many other versions you could do of this hair sculpt when it comes to color variations, but that aside, enough of the packaging. Let's take this out and take a closer look and see what's in the box. Alright, so looking at HM004, as you see, this is the matte gray variant. So it comes with 3 facial expressions and 2 different sets of front hair pieces. One with the bang going down and another one going to the side, I guess, to simulate when he's firing off a ki blast or more action posed. Then we also have a special beam cannon's hand. I don't know why they added that, because if you own the original Beast Gohan that came out, he already has this. So I'm not sure why they put this, but whatever. I guess for those of you who might have lost it, now you just got a spare. And then we have the card that's kind of reminiscent to Gohan's gi, which I like. Now looking at HM005, this is the more unique one. It's kind of like a clear, cloudy, bluish purple kind of color, and I think it looks kind of cool. I know everybody wasn't really a fan of this or was kind of skeptical, but I like having variation, and the fact that someone decided to do something different, especially if you light it up from the back, I think you could definitely do some pretty cool things with it. The faces are exactly the same as HM004, and we also come with the hand, so no real big difference there. I will say though, looking at the faces look really nice. I really like the detail, how sharp and angled the expressions are, and if you know me, I like the added detail of the lines above and below the eyebrow. I feel like it gives more definition, and also the eyebrows seem a bit more sharper at the edges. I don't know, I really like these. Now, if you had gotten the combo, which I did, which included both hair sculpts, you also got this background aura effect, which is really cool. I really like these. I actually like these better than the ones we've been getting to kind of wrap around that Tamashii gives us. I don't know, I feel these are more vibrant, better color. I really like the acrylic material that it's made out of, and they're easy to put away. So this is to harken back to Beast Gohan's aura when he first introduced the form. So, you know, you got the blue with the white with the red pieces of lightning, so it's really cool. Then we also got an additional face sculpt with the decals to put on the eyes and the mouth for that iconic look that Gohan has, where it literally got like maybe 1 second of screen time where he kind of made the smirk when Cell Max was powering up that huge ki blast and Gohan was like, alright, try something, bro. So yeah, putting this on the body. So this is the Dragon Ball Super superhero Gohan body, the $35 retail one, and it looks really nice, especially when you pair it with the background effect. It looks really dope. And then here he is with the clear head sculpt. And I think this one actually looks a little bit better, especially when you have the aura behind it, because the translucent hair allows some of the color to bleed through it, so it kind of makes it pop a little bit. Now looking at the comparisons, here is the HM Creations face sculpts compared to the SH Figure Arts Beast Gohan face sculpts. And as you can see, as I was saying before, the faces are a lot sharper, more detailed, and definitely more angled. The one by Tamashii Nation just seems kind of generic, like the standard faces they make for everybody, where I feel the one HM Creation kind of has a little bit more personality, feels more like that primal Gohan face, and especially in the yelling face, you could see it. It just feels a lot more intense with the scream on that one. And then also with the HM Creation one, we got one that had a smirk, which wasn't included with the Tamashii Nations one. And as you can see, the one on the far right is the iconic face that Gohan has. Yeah, I mean, the Tamashii Nation one looks good. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but in comparison, obviously the HM Creation is a little bit better. I just wish the HM Creation would have just given us this face sculpt instead of having us put it together ourselves, because it doesn't have the lines above the eyes or below it too much. And then also, the sideburns are not colored in, so it's blank. Continue with the comparisons. Here are all 3 face plates from SH Figure Arts, HM Creation, and the DL Custom. So obviously I think the HM Creation looks the best. It's the sharpest. The DL Custom, which is crazy to me, because at the time when that came out, I thought that was the best one. I thought that looked really good and captured the appearance of that look of Gohan. But now looking in comparison, it's actually the weakest of the three. The Tamashii Nation one doesn't look bad at all, but the HM Creation looks better than both of them combined. The only setback, like I said before, is that this was a decal that we had to put on ourselves, so you don't have the added line work. Yes, you have the indentions and you can see it, but it's not as dark. And then once again, the sideburns are completely blank. So when you put this faceplate with the hair, it's pretty obvious that there's no sideburns. I don't know, to me it's a bit of an eyesore. Now continuing with the comparisons, here's the HM Creation Beast Gohan head next to the Tamashii Nations one. And as you can see, the Beast Gohan from SH Figure Arts actually has a nice gradient as a dark gray that kind of gets lighter as it gets to the top. But the difference here is more straight and kind of shoots up a bit more. It doesn't flare out to the side as much, where the HM Creation actually has that width coming out to the sides while still going up. Feels more accurate to how he looked in the movie. And then here we have a side comparison. As you can see, the hairs, which I like from both, kind of angle out towards the back as it goes up. The HM Creation though has a bit more detail and obviously more hair, but I will give the edge to the SH Figure Arts here when it comes to the paint apps. I don't know, I just like the gradient better. I just feel it gives a good transition into the lighter hairs at the end, where the HM Creation is pretty much the same color all throughout the matte gray. And now here we have the HM Creation's hair sculpt compared to the DL Customs, and man, I mean, the DL Customs did not age well. And it just goes to show, right, that like things will always get better. You just have to give it time. But perception is definitely a thing. Because like I said, when I first saw this hair sculpt and face, I thought this was the best. I didn't think anyone was going to beat it. But now looking at it, it's like, oh, it actually looks kind of bad. I don't know. To some of you, it may still look kind of good. But once again, that's all preference. So I'm not here to judge you. But just looking at the details, as you can see, I already stated the HM Creation kind of comes out more to the side, you know, kind of give it more width and then goes up, where the DL Custom, it doesn't even do that. It starts at the top of the ears and then fans out, you know, and goes straight up, which I was never really a fan of because the hair does come out below the ears a bit more. And I don't know, it kind of looks like he's wearing a crown or a wig. And I think the more obvious comparison is right here when you see it side by side. In the movie, when Beast Gohan turns into this, the hair still comes out shooting towards the back, like in the side. It doesn't go straight up like Vegeta's hair. Even Vegeta's hair has an angle, where the DL Custom though doesn't do that at all. It just shoots straight up. Also, it doesn't sit too well on the neck. It's actually kind of loose, so I actually had to angle it forward so just where his head didn't kind of just lean back and fall when I was trying to stand it there. So yeah, the DL Customs did not age well, and the HM Creation is miles better than it. But alright guys, that's my review on the HM Creation Beast Gohan hair sculpts. I think these are really nice. Obviously, these third-party companies are only dedicating the time to the hair sculpts, so they could definitely get the extra details and accuracy right. Where SH Figure Arts, you know, they're a much larger company, so they're focusing on the figure as a whole. And sometimes they get their hair sculpts right, sometimes they miss, but you know, there's so many different art styles to Dragon Ball that us as collectors, we can be a bit picky on which one we like the most. And I feel like SH Figure Arts tries to walk like the middle ground in order to save themselves from just releasing DLC and multiple head sculpts. But I think they should do that. I mean, because obviously we're buying them from these third-party companies. But that aside, these look really good. I'm happy I got them. I got mine off of 5K Toys when they released the extra stock sale, so I was lucky to pick them up. Now they're sold out, so unfortunately at the recording of this video, you can't pick them up unless you go to AliExpress, and the prices on these are actually getting pretty high. I got both of these together, the combo with the aura and the extra face, for $80 total. So not a bad deal, because like I said before, I think a good head sculpt could definitely elevate a figure. So, as you guys know me, I use the Dragon Radar and the Dragon Balls from a scale from 1 to 7 to rate these things. So, I'm going to give this guy a 4. I know you're probably thinking, oh, that's pretty low. You spoke so highly of it. Well, I guess the thing for it for me is that it's good, but I don't think it's a must-have. You know, like if you already own the official Tamashii Nation's Beast Gohan, I think that holds up pretty well. And obviously there's little differences, but I don't think enough to justify having to pay $40 for each head sculpt to replace the existing one. Now, if you're nitpicky and you just want the best representation of the character and you really want to elevate it and those little details matter, then yeah, definitely go pick this up. But I don't think it's a must-have. Like, unless you see them side by side, I don't think the difference is that drastic. Yes, the face sculpts are much different and definitely better, so I'll give that the edge. But when it comes to the hair, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a difference from the official release from Tamashii Nations. Now, if you only own the DL Customs one and don't own the Beast Gohan, then yeah, definitely get this hair sculpt. And if you don't own Beast Gohan at all because he was a P Bandai exclusive and you just want to put this body on the superhero Gohan body, then yeah, definitely pick this up. But if you already own Beast Gohan, I think you could pass on this. I don't think this is something that you have to pick up. Also, having the blank faceplate with the decals that we have to put on ourselves really knocked this down a point for me, because I tried putting the decals on and it was a pain in the ass to put those on, especially on the mouth and in the eyes to try and get it in the right position so he doesn't look cockeyed. It was just a real pain in the butt to put that in. I lost 2 of the mouths and 1 set of the eyes ripped as I was doing it. So luckily they gave us multiple, but I don't know why they didn't just give us that face pre-made in the packaging with the rest of them. But these are my thoughts. At the end of the day, it's all preference. What do you think? Do you guys like these head sculpts? Are you planning to get them, or are you gonna pass on them? Let me know in the comments below. With that said, I hope you guys found this review informative. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. Thank you for stopping by my corner of the internet, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.